Hi guys, and welcome to today's Pick a Group video. It is literally a Pick a Crystal Jar video today too. I'm super excited to do today's video. I changed the topic twice. I was supposed to film this like 2 days ago. I ended up scrapping the whole concept. I had like this whole outfit on and just didn't feel right. I wasn't in the right energy. Energy is everything when you're a reader. You have to really protect yourself first. I wasn't in the right space. So I gave myself some time and then I came back to deliver this one to you. So today we are looking at should you let go? Now I just want to take a quick second to say that today's concept or the topic doesn't have to be love specific. We could be focusing on a career in today's video. We could be looking at a family connection. We could be looking at a friendship. We're just going to be looking at should you let go as the main question. And then depending on what comes up in your group, we'll be delving deeper as well. We'll be looking at specific themes. Now, there will be an extended for today's video. As always, the extendeds are on Patreon. So if you aren't a part of our Patreon community yet, I do recommend that you check out Patreon down below in the description box. I do offer a lot for a monthly membership, and it's constantly being updated as well. So I have some big plans for July, which patrons will get to know about first before I release them to YouTube. Which brings me to the second part of this video. You are free to jump to the timestamps if you want to skip ahead, but I do have a few announcements. The first announcement is that my Kirk merch is finally live. I created this merch in February, you guys, like Valentine's Day, and the idea was that it was going to be released by May, I think. Was it May or April? Maybe it was April. And I showed patrons the merch in March. We had a giveaway where I gave them three? It might have actually been 5 patrons. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I gave patrons like copies of the merch first, so I shipped it to them first. And then I just kind of held back, but anyway, it's a whole story. I decided to release it anyway, so Kirk has his merch officially. At this stage, we're just going ahead with socks and mugs. We're keeping it simple. We'll see what happens. Maybe he'll get his own little badge in the future. Maybe there'll be a picture of him in a hallway on a t-shirt in the future. But for now, it's just no treats before 5 and Yowls merch. So do have a look at my website if you're curious. I have had so much fun designing this merch, and my friends and family just can't even believe that Kirk is popular enough to get his own merch. It's so hilarious, and he's been especially pedantic today, so no doubt he's going to interrupt our video today. The second announcement that I have is that I have teed up with a stone how would I describe this? I would call them a STONEOLOGY spiritual shop. Now, there's a lot of stores like this. You guys know I've worked with other brands previously. I do have more info on this on my Instagram. I love crystals. I'm not massively a crystal fanatic myself. What I meant to say was thank God STONEOLOGY are though, but I find them helpful for the work that I do. So I do have an affiliation going at the moment with a US based store called STONEOLOGY Shop. I've tried their bracelets myself, and I would recommend the 7 chakra spiritual healing bracelet. Other than that, I also like to wear the bracelet made out of sodalite and hematite. I'm going to link those bracelets down below if you're curious. Do not forget to use code HERMIT for 10% off your purchase. It is an affiliation code as well, you guys. That's all from me. I'm not going to take up any more time, and I shall see you in the pick a group portion of this video now. So welcome to the pick a group portion of today's video. I do just quickly want to talk about the extended reading at the end of this portion of the video, but first I would like to introduce you to the 3 groups today. So group 1, you guys will be the citrine crystal jar over here, this beautiful gift from a beloved now family rather than friend person. I love all of these jars though, to be fair. They all came from the same person, so they're all loved equally over here. Citrine quartz crystal is usually more of like an orangey color. It can come in lighter colors depending on where you get it from, what the density is, the cluster's like, but in this jar it is especially yellow. So group 2, you guys will have the aventurine crystal. It is a very green aventurine in this jar. And I don't know too much about the Venturine's crystal properties, but I do enjoy looking at that jar. In group 3, you guys have the blue topaz glass jar today. So a very, very blue topaz. I've never worked with blue topaz otherwise. I just think it's a cool mineral, and I definitely like the color of it as well. So if you would like to jump ahead, you are welcome to enter the meditation portion of this video, where you can meditate with me for a minute to figure out which of these groups you're feeling most called to, or you may wish to jump straight to your timestamps if you know which of these groups is most likely yours. Otherwise, I do just want to take a quick minute to talk about that extended reading. So today's topic is, should you let go? The extended will be focusing more on, well, what should you be focusing on then? We're going to be looking into what spirit your spiritual team and the universe as a whole believes your energy is best invested in, whether it's a direction that's pertaining towards career or love. It's going to be very similar to the first part of this video, very ambiguous, and we're just going to be exploring themes that are popular in your specific group's readings as well. So that extended will be on Patreon, and that's all from me. So the first thing I want you to do with me is to take in 2 deep, mindful breaths. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, and in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4. Now I want you to focus on clearing your mind. It's natural to have thoughts racing at this point. I want you to embrace each thought as it comes and let it slip as quickly as it came in. Focus on clearing and balancing out these thoughts so that they come and go without a desire to be attached to them. And now, with a rested mind, I want you to think of the first group that comes to your mind. It may be a number, it may be an object that I showed you. It could be a specific color, it could be a feeling that you felt when I showed you each of the groups today. When you are ready and when you feel confident, select your group and join me in your reading. Hi group 1 and welcome. If you guys chose the citrine quartz crystal, then this is going to be your reading. You guys, I'm trying out a new microphone today and I've had a busy day, so I'm aware of the stain on my shirt. That was me getting a quick sip of water before I started filming your reading, so it's just water, I promise. I don't know about what this one is up there anyway. Anyway, you guys know that I like to be way too open at the start of my intros. It's almost become a trend. I just say stuff that you probably don't need to know. But citrine, welcome. You guys, today I'm pretty excited. Am I excited? I had to rethink the topic for today's video. I had another topic instead in mind, and I changed it up at the last second because even though that other topic should have been helpful in some way, I'm sure somebody would have found it helpful, I personally think that this one is going to do a lot better for our community at this point in time. We're asking Spirit, should you let go? Now, it's become a little trend of mine. Before we get started, I do want to start with the tissue box messages just to see what Spirit can tell us about your situation and what you need to know before we get into the potentially brutally honest portion of this video. There will be an extended, we'll talk about that at the end. To start your reading off, let's see what Spirit wants you to know about this situation. Group 1, please, Spirit. Those who chose the citrine quartz glass jar, what do they need to know about this situation and who is involved? I said who is involved because we are going to be getting initials. Oh, juicy. Yes is coming out as a clear answer. Okay, my gosh. Should you let go? Spirit saying yes. Oh my Lord. We're not going to go there yet. I'm just going to separate these as I do. You guys know we do initials first. Welcome if you're new though. I don't want to discriminate against new members of this community. Welcome. Okay. Let us move that over there. Okay, we've only got a few initials. A little bit surprised. We have the letter T coming out for you first. The letter T. So this initial could be yours or their first and last name, or the name of someone involved. Because remember, today's video doesn't have to be about a person. It could be a corporation or a company that you're working for. We also have the letter S coming out. Okay, so TS is coming out very strongly. We have the letter M coming out, or a W. Take it as it resonates, but I think it's probably a W. We have a U coming out, so maybe I was picking up on that vibe actually. We have a U here as an initial as well. We also have an F. Okay, I'm hearing friends, so I don't know if friends are involved or if this is a friend. We also have the letter H over here, and I'm hearing the name Hector and Henry very clearly. So Spirit is saying yes, straight up Spirit is saying yes, and we're going to figure out why. We're not just going to leave it at that, but Spirit is, these don't come out very often, and then when they do, I like to take them literally. Even if it is a general reading, you can choose to practice your discernment, that is your right. But for me as the reader, I'm seeing yes, and I'm seeing choices and options over here. So what you need to know about the situation is that you do have options, okay? We had choices coming out as well. So you have choices, you have options. Don't put all your eggs in one basket is what my grandmother guide is saying. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'm also being shown Capricorn over here. So Spirit's kind of indicating that either a Capricorn's involved or a lot of time and energy has been put into this connection. We're also being shown Leo over here. So Leo could be the sign involved. I feel like there's a stubbornness here as well. I'm sorry, I love Leos. My mother is a Leo. But they can be very stubborn when they want something. Yeah. So I feel, I don't doubt that there's a lot of passion with this Aries here, whether this is a person or a situation, again, involving anything else. I don't doubt that there's a lot of passion. Spirit's indicating that you could be on the cusp of starting something new though with Aries coming out. That always makes me think of the first house, and I associate Aries on my green slips as the ages of 9 to like 0, infant to 9, so 0 to 9 years old. And that in your reading is telling me that this was something that was supposed to help you grow, okay? This is a situation in terms of this feeling stuck business. It was supposed to be temporary. You were supposed to be able to evolve from it, to grow from it as well. I'm also being shown it is always on my mind, group 1. So I feel like you are constantly thinking about this. I'm hearing you and your person are constantly thinking about this. So that's for those of you where this resonates as being a love situation. I'm also being shown December. I'm grateful for my hard work. So listen, with all this Capricornian energy here, finances or careers could definitely be involved in this situation heavily. Money could be a factor in this situation, absolutely. We're being shown January now. I'm grateful for you. So this person or you could be a Capricorn Aquarius cusp. This makes me see that this situation is transformative and unique. There's something about your future being highlighted here with this Aquarius energy. Unique circumstances is what I'm hearing. We're also being shown June, karmic partner. So I do think that things are going to start kicking off if they haven't already in June. June might be a very difficult month for you. You may be thinking about this situation a lot this past June. It's supposed to be a timeless reading though, so whenever you see this is when it's supposed to resonate. We have October, I wish I told you. I heard I wish I told ya. So I don't know if this person prefers to talk like that, but October makes me think of Scorpio and Libra. So I kind of feel like there's a sense of regret here, because I think that this has been a prolonged circumstance. I think that you could have, would have, should have done something sooner, or been a bit more drastic with your cause of action sooner. Excuse me, sir, please don't scratch on my door. So I do think, no. Kirk, stop, please. Okay, so we also have Gemini coming out. So I feel like Gemini is talking about that changeable energy here. I do think that one or both of you, if this is a personable situation, at least two people mainly involved, wish that they had done more sooner. Like there's a feeling as though it's just kind of been in this ambiguous state for much too long. We also have September. I'm grateful for my wisdom, so I don't doubt that this situation has taught you a lot about yourself, apparently. It's taught you a lot about who you are and it's taught you a lot about who you want to be with self, new, and first here. I do see a new beginning coming on the horizon, though I don't think you're supposed to linger in this for too long. Spirit is saying that you are receiving downloads in your dreams with third eye chakra coming out. Ajna over here blessing our presence. I feel like this third eye chakra is trying to encourage you to really trust what you know as well. Like, don't doubt yourself here. You know what is healthy for you, and you also know what isn't healthy for you. And I think that it can get very confusing when we start to rely on secondary sources instead of our own. And what I've been trying to push personally on this platform and on Instagram and even on Patreon is that tarot should always be a supplement. It should be treated like the garnishings on top of your already cooked meal. You are the oracle in your journey. Use these videos, use these readings as the supplementary spices and seasonings at the end of what you already know to be true. Trust yourself primarily. Trust yourself and know yourself, group 1. We're being shown sacral chakra now as well. So I feel like the situation is growing. There's something about creation here, and I picked that up with Leo as well, a creative streak or a flair for passion. But I think that that sacral chakra, or the energy of the sacral chakra, is what is keeping us stuck as well, because it can be a very attractive and explosive feeling when it first arises. There's a strong sort of pull to stay there. The sacral chakra is your ovaries or your testicles, so there's the lust there as well. There's that attraction there as well. It can be a very desirable energy to be in, but it is, the idea of it is that it blooms, it transforms us into that state of action that we experience with our solar plexus chakra as well. So I'm also being shown the 6th house, Virgo coming through strong here. Virgo and Capricorn are very strong here, as well as Aries. But this card, this little, what do I want to call it, tissue box message is saying that there's something about the sake of others that's influencing this decision, whether it's because you don't want to quit your job because you need that money to support your family, etc., or you don't want to take that leap towards somebody else, or towards this person because you don't want to hurt somebody else, for example. There's something about the thought of others impacting forward movement here as well. Very strong tie to your physical world because of this situation. We have the 12th house here, though, foreshadowing an ending. Okay, so we're going to get tarot to clarify that, but that also talks about jail and feeling stuck as well. The 12th house is almost, if it's prolonged, it can feel like you're just in this state of limbo, much like the Hanged Man reverse. Neptune coming out as well, so strong Pisces energy to finish us off. Neptune is indicating an addiction to this fantasy as well, like instead of letting it become reality or forcing yourself to change your reality, a sense of an addiction to this fantasy that you're living, and a longing here, a strong longing for life to roll over and die is what I heard. Oh my gosh, please look after yourselves, group 1. That song Salad Days by Mac DeMarco, by the way, it didn't just come out of nowhere. We have Capricorn coming through again in the 10th house. This talks about structures, careers, traditions, rules, fathers. It's a very traditions-based energy in this tissue box, so it does feel like traditions, values, or a career is standing in the way, wanting to do what is right or wanting to do what you know is going to be safe rather than something that is going to be risky. I think of the 10th house as like walking the path that has been most trodden rather than the path that is most desirable to your inner needs. I'm not talking about wants here, I'm talking about your needs, what spirit knows you need. We also have the Sun card coming out, so this is a lot of Leo energy as well. So the desire is for something that brings more joy, more zest is what I feel. The desire is for something that is going to be rewarding for all the hard work and loyalty that you seem to have, regardless of what it is that you're trying to let go of. You are someone who has a lot that is a lot of potential is what I want to say, that you want to invest in this situation. The confusion is that you've been stuck in this situation for so long that you don't know if it's worth leaving or if you should just stay and wait to see if anything changes soon. You are on the cusp of something new, and Spirit is encouraging you to step out of this feeling of dependency on your current circumstances. Spirit wants you to evolve. So I do want to go over to tarot now. I'll just push those aside. Well, no, actually, I've got to push them over here. Otherwise, when I shuffle, they go all over the ground. And we're going to see what tarot wants to tell you about this situation. All my decks are linked down below. Commented down below. I don't link all of them down below, though. All right, group 1, please, Spirit. This beautiful deck, can you please give us the answers for group 1? Should they let go? Should they let go in this situation? We have the 3 of Swords upright. I would see that as a yes. My 3s are about expansion. Spirit is saying, yes, you should let go. Spirit is saying that actually part of you has been trying to let go either for some time, or part of you already knows that this is a step that you need to take. I feel group 1, like Spirit is encouraging you to expand your vision of yourself here and your circumstances. I see the 3 of Swords as a temporary heartbreak that leads to an expanded version of your reality, because you listened to yourself, because you took the actions necessary, because you actually acted upon that thought that you've been contemplating for some time. The 3 of Swords is encouraging you to see your circumstances as a temporary step of evolution. You are expanding. What else can you tell them about this situation, Spirit? Should they let go? We have the Justice card reversed. So no, it isn't fair. You are owed a lot more than you are currently being given. It is not a fair situation. But the idea of the Justice card is for the sake of everybody's highest good. The idea is that you are a little bit of a cog in a massive, massive machine of collective energy here. And there are definitely multiple parties involved, whether that be another person or other co-workers, other people. It's a crowded situation, and Spirit is trying to think of an outcome, is trying to steer you, should I say. The Spirit isn't thinking, Spirit knows. Spirit is trying to steer you towards an outcome that is for everybody's highest good. It's a temporary feeling of injustice because you have waited so long for something that seems to not be going right. With the Valet of Discs here, I see that once you do let go, once you focus less on what is owed to you and more on what is available to you, you will find a path that is worth committing your energy towards. The Valet of Discs tells me that many of you will take on an apprenticeship of some sorts. If this is a relationship, it's you wanting to date again, or trying to find out what your desirable suitor is like. Why am I talking like this? I've never called anybody a suitor. But if you are looking at this as a job, I see you getting temporary employment that could lead to something more permanent. This is either an apprenticeship or an internship or casual work. This is something of you expanding your experiences and entering a role that is a little bit limited in the beginning with a lot of room for growth. So I see that this situation helps you understand what you do want and what you are interested in. What else can you tell group 1 about this situation? Should they let go, Spirit? Should they let go? What else can you tell them about this situation? We have the 2 of Cups reversed. So that is a yes for me. The 2 of Cups reversed is separation for me. The 2 of Cups reversed is cross desires and unable to make things actually come together, unable to compromise. That tells me that one party isn't as interested in this as the other. However you want to see this, one party is not as interested in this as the other, group 1. And I will be putting a trigger warning in this video, but I'm just going to tell you how I see it, sweet pea. We have the 10 of Swords in the reverse. Spirit saying you don't need to keep hurting yourself like this. The 10 of Swords in the reverse is telling me that this could have, would have, should have ended a while ago. And they're really encouraging you to not look at this as a betrayal, but to definitely take your time to heal this, to look after your mental health, and to really see, or take your time to get to that point where you're able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You are supported, you are protected. The idea here is that you're on to bigger, better things. The idea here is that we're ending a tough, difficult cycle. We're clearing out old energy now so that we can have more room for more joy, more love, more positive experiences in our life. The idea here isn't to keep getting you hurt and leaving you in this feeling of waiting for nothing. It's really about moving forward from now on, is what I feel. We're going to get some oracle cards next for some advice and also for some messages of confirmation to ensure that this is definitely the right thing to do for you. Your bottom deck energy is the 9 of Pentacles. Let me check. It's upright. Spirit really wants you to focus on yourself, your own security, your own stability, your own growth, your own independence. Really nurture and foster your own garden here. Look after yourself. Preserve what you already have, and don't limit yourself as you continue to grow, because you will continue to grow. You are someone who is supposed to be very, very solid by yourself. Let's see what your oracle cards have to say. We're going to use the Angels and Ancestors deck first. Group 1, please, Spirit. What does the Angels and Ancestors deck have for Group 1 by ways of advice? Should they let go? What advice do you have for Group 1? Hello. Oh, Water Guardian. Connect with your emotions is coming out as your first card. A very beautiful card. If I do declare, will I get another card? I think I will. Oh my gosh, we have Earth Guardian now. Slap, slap. Welcome, sir. I don't know if this is a sir actually. It's a very gorgeous human being though. Earth Guardian. So this is saying stay rooted and grounded. And your bottom deck energy, because I will get it, is snake. Oh my gosh. Should you let go? Shed old skin. Snake. That makes me think of those TikToks and reels where it's like snake, you know, and there's that cool music in the background. Of course you guys know. Yeah, wow. Okay, it can't be more obvious. They're also showing us the High Priestess over here, harness mystical power. So you are literally the oracle in your life. There's a reason why Spirit's out here asking you to trust yourself and know yourself, and why that message was so strong in the tissue box portion of your reading. Spirit is saying that connecting with your emotions will reveal a lot of your truths to you. Yes, there is attraction, there's potentially love, there's potentially a fear of what next, but there's also a lot of sadness. There's also a lot of, I'm not actually happy. There's also a lot of, I need something more to look forward to in my life. Regardless of what the situation is, the secret lies in your emotions with Water Guardian here. And whatever pain you do experience, you need to know that it is temporary. You will surprise yourself with how quickly you get over this. Once you're on your true path, once you're aligned with the things that will genuinely make you happy and bring you the experience and that you want, because I think that really you are going to align yourself with an opportunity that will give you more experiences that you want. You will not regret making this decision. I see with Earth Guardian here, stay rooted and grounded, that they really want you to take your time to heal from this. Don't deny yourself that opportunity. And if that means surrounding yourself with positive people, helpful mediums, you know, if that means going off social media for a little while you heal, or if that means going back home for a little while and being around family while you heal, then that's fine. They're saying do what brings you closer to your true self, the core of who you are, your values, your root chakra energy, coming straight back to the core of you as a human being to help you overcome this sadness, this temporary feeling of loss. Now, Snake over here is definitely confirming that it is time to shed your old skin. It is time to move forward. It is time to never look back, because you are evolving and you are becoming a better version of yourself. You've already been through transitions and changes, but this is the one other thing that is keeping us stuck and stagnant and limited. I see that the desire here is to align you with something that is more serving of your energy and your potential and your commitment, because I do get a strong energy from you that you are very incredibly committed, loyal people, whether it's your job we're talking about or a relationship, and you deserve someone who's there for you as well. And I need to tell you now that this situation isn't. This company, this person, they're not as committed as you are. You deserve someone better and stronger, who is better able to give you what you are giving to them, or what you are proposing to give to them. I'm going to finish this reading with some affirmations. Let us actually know. I use that deck all the time. I love it, but we're going to use the Heart Thought cards instead. What messages will be most helpful to Group 1 for their reading today, Spirit? We have I am a harmonious being. The back of this card says, everything I do, say, or think is in harmony with the truth. There is perfect and continuous right action in my life and affairs. So they want you to have faith and confidence in the actions that you take. They want you to have faith and confidence in yourself and what you know to be true for yourself. Everything you do, say, or think is in harmony with the truth. There is perfect and continuous right action in your life and your affairs. This is definitely the kind of affirmation that helps build up that courage and that confidence to step forward. So Group 1, this has been your YouTube reading, Should You Let Go? I'm going to take this into the extended now. I don't want to make this overcomplicated. I want it to be something that is very straightforward and easy for you to watch, whether you have a lot of time or a little bit of time. The extended reading will be focusing more on, well, okay, so you clearly were, yes, let go please from Spirit. what should you be focusing your energy on then? That's what we're going to be looking at in the extended. What should you be focusing on your energy, on in terms of your energy? And I will immediately be clarifying this Page of Pentacles opportunity for you, as well as this Two of Cups situation, because that is something that is hard to swallow. So we're going to clarify that, and we're going to see what happens with justice for you. Will justice be served? So I'm going to put those three cards aside straight away. We'll address those immediately. If you would like to join me in the extended, all extended readings are on Patreon. I've been doing it for like 8 months now, so there's a lot of content over there. You don't have to sign up for the rest of your lives. You can cancel at any time, but it is a membership situation, so it does roll over every month on the first of every month. I recommend you check it out if you aren't a part of our community. Otherwise, I appreciate all of your support here on YouTube. Look after your wonderful, beautiful self, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi Group 2 and welcome. If you guys chose the green aventurine crystal glass, then this is going to be your video. I just want to announce a couple of things, as I always do, don't I? First of all, using a new mic. Also, I took a big drink of water from a leaky water bottle and got a little bit on my shirt. And listen, I don't have enough time to wait for it to dry, so we're just gonna keep filming. It's just water. It'll be dry by the end of your reading. So Group 2, today's video, we're looking at should you let go. It's actually a very serious topic, and it is going to, well, my attempt is to deliver it to you with compassion, regardless of what your answer may be. There is an extended as well, but we'll talk about that more at the end. Now, to start your reading, I am going to be pulling tissue box messages first. Excuse me. Those tissue box messages will give us initials. They could also tell us more about what's going on in your situation at the moment before we get down to the nitty-gritty. So Group 2, please Spirit, what can you tell us about their situation and who may be involved? Groupus Tupus. What can you tell us about Groupus Tupus? Okay, let me separate all of these. If you are new, welcome. I actually do what I'm doing, excuse me, what I usually do, which is separate the initials. I like to read initials first, just because there seems to be messages with them as well. And also, I'm going to be honest with you, I got that from Jalissa, from Jalissa's messages. She always, with her charmies, does initials first. So it's just a habit that I picked up from her. All right, so speaking of initials, we have the letter M coming out first for you guys. We also have the letter K coming out. Now these initials could be yours or the, oh my gosh, the initials of someone involved in your situation. As I said in the beginning, this doesn't have to be just about love. This situation could be pertaining towards anything else as well. The question we're asking Spirit is, should you let go? We have the letter T coming out as well. Okay, I heard the word Turner. We're also being shown an eye over here. An eye, yeah, there you go. We're also being shown another eye, so this person or you could have double letters, first, middle, last name, like my name, for example, or the name like Jenny, or the nickname Kenny. Kenny. We have an O as well. My gosh, I'm in a weird headspace for you guys. We have another T, so that's 2 T's, 2 I's so far. Stop. My mind just went straight to the gutter, and please tell me I wasn't the only person if your mind went to the gutter when you heard 2 T's, 2 I's. Anyway, we have a Q coming out as well. So not too many initials, especially considering that most of them were doubles, but to recap, we have an M or a W, a T, a K, an O, an I, and a Q. Let us see what the other messages have for you in regards to your situation. Should you let go? Oh my days, look at what I picked up for separation. This isn't necessarily answering your question, but it is telling me that your situation does involve a separation. So whatever it is that you're holding on to, you aren't getting a lot back. That's the main reason why you are most interested in this video. You're not getting a lot of information or energy back from whatever it is that you're holding on to. We have I'm grateful for my job. So this tells me that you could be distracting yourself with your work from this situation. You could be using work as a distraction. The situation could be pertaining towards your job, but we also have love here. So either it's split. Some of you, this is a love situation. Others of you, this is a work situation. Or for the rest of you, which could be a vast majority, it's both. It's a love situation that you distract yourself from by being more motivated towards work, or it's a work situation that you distract yourself from by being more motivated towards love. I've seen people do it both ways, you know. Either you're not happy in your love life, so you distract yourself with work, or you're not happy with your work life, so you distract yourself with love. But we are also being shown gratitude. So I do think that this is a journey that has taught you a lot of things, or given you things to be grateful for. Whatever the situation is, there are parts of it, however frustrating as it may be, that does give you gratitude. We're also being shown longing here. So for some of you, you've been waiting a very long time for clarity. I'm not too surprised with some of these messages. Separation and longing, that's something that I would expect in a reading like this. I would expect people who are drawn to this topic to be in a limbo and to feel separated from the clarity or the closure that they want. We're also being shown Aries, so this tells me that you or someone involved in this situation could be an Aries. I just think that this was a fairly new situation for you that you either didn't experience before or haven't experienced much of. We're also being shown Sagittarius, so that's interesting. There could have been a fiery attraction here that sort of baited you in. It felt fun and exciting at the time, and now it's starting to get frustrating more than anything. I feel like you're getting a bit stir crazy too. I feel like you guys are trying to figure out, well, what am I supposed to do type of energy. Sagittarius and Aries are very different fiery energies, and yet they both have that fire. So I don't know, I kind of feel like you want something different. Like in an ideal world, I feel like this energy just builds to the amount of frustration that you end up just becoming or wanting something just spontaneous to happen, like willing, manifesting, hoping for something spontaneous to happen. We're also being shown Taurus here though. So Taurus is bringing a bit of earth. Taurus tells me that this could be an Aries-Taurus cusp situation. Someone could be on the cusp there. But I think that Taurus is trying to say that we need to focus more on what our heart is telling us. Taurus, even though it's earthy, is linked to Venus as a planet. I don't know, it just always gives me this goofy sort of bullheaded, beautiful, big-hearted energy, you know. That's how I see my Taurus people. They're usually larger than life in terms of how they present, but they have such a soft, sweet touch to them of sentimental love and affection. And I don't know, I'm getting that from this situation. As frustrating as it may be, I'm feeling that for many of you, there is love here. There is a strong connection here. We have, oh, look at that. I'm grateful for my hard work. This has been coming out a lot lately. This is confirming a tie to work. It's also solidifying a potential Capricorn who's watching this as well. So strong Capricornian vibes coming through with the I'm grateful for my job and I'm grateful for my hard work now. I think that December I'm grateful for my hard work is also just kind of saying that this situation has been hard work. This situation has taken either a lot of time or a lot of energy. And I'm thinking that it's time for some and it's energy for others. It could be even both for a small few. We have happiness coming out for you now. So gratitude and happiness does give me a bit of hope. I do think that obviously it wasn't this hard all the time. Otherwise, why are we so attached in the first place? There must have been joyful moments. There must have been happiness at some point. And potentially, I'm not seeing that yet, but it's those moments that are keeping us here. It's that hope, or that slither of hope that is keeping us here. We're also being shown Neptune. There we go, I knew it. Neptune's coming out to confirm what I thought. You're holding on to something that happened and expecting it to happen again. You're holding on to this joy from your past and wanting it to be a part of your future, fantasizing about it, wishing for it to happen, dreaming for it to happen, subconsciously suppressing your connections to your reality and making this your reality instead. That may not be everyone's truth, but Neptune can talk about strong feelings to the point of addiction as well. And with all this Capricornian energy here, It could be obsessive addiction, like just an obsession. We do have I'm grateful for my twin. So I originally wrote this as a homage to twin flames, but you could take this as a biological twin as well if you want to. Basically, just take it if it resonates. Now, we also have the 11th house coming out, originality, surprise, and futuristic. So I feel like the 11th house is saying that the situation, first of all, is incredibly unique. It's also telling me that something about this situation is transforming and reinventing itself. I feel like, yeah, the focus is going to be on you in the reading, but I'd be very curious to know if this is a love situation, what's going on with the other person. We have Mars coming out as well with the Sun, so a lot of fire here. Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries especially is very strong. Mars is also connected to Scorpio, but I'm feeling just the fire of Mars here, the sheer perseverance of wanting to get things done, and this idea of moving forward at all costs, gaining success and victory at all costs. So very interesting. There's a fiery masculine energy here between the Sun and Mars, very masculine energy. And Neptune, I don't see that as a masculine energy at all, but I do see that as a dreamer's fantasy energy, someone really dreaming and wanting something to happen, obsessing for something to happen. So, and I'm going to be honest, I don't think that that's you for many of you. Like, if you're in a state of gratitude and happiness and release with the separation of surrendering, I think that the other person in this equation is very obsessively dedicated towards this forward movement. We have Cancer coming out, so there's a sentimental side here with Cancer and Taurus, and then there's a very assertive side here in this situation. We have Virgo as well. I would consider this to be a sentimental energy of reflection and contemplation. Virgo, I'm feeling, is more focused on the present. I sometimes would associate that energy with the past and reflecting on what has happened, but I think that one person is doing that and another person is just very much focused on the present. Like, how can I move forward? How can I better myself? How can I get the results I deserve and the things that I need for myself? So very interesting. I'm going to push this to the side now, and we're going to figure out exactly what you should do based on what Spirit is seeing, because Spirit sees all. Remember, Spirit is like the all-seeing eye, that eye of Siron? No. Oh my gosh, I'm getting my Lord of the Rings reference messed up, but the eye, is it just the all-seeing eye? Anyway, my gosh. Group 2, please, Spirit. Help us to channel clear, honest messages for Group 2. We're going to ask the question straight out, should you let go? And then we're going to see why. We're going to get more cards, obviously. I'm going to very clearly usually get a yes or no answer with just the first shuffle, but we do want to bring you clarity and closure. I'm not just going to give you something very shocking and leave it there. You know what I'm like, you guys. And if you're new, welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I definitely recommend you have a look at my other videos. Group 2, please, Spirit. Should they let go? Should they let go? Should Group 2 let go? That's interesting. They showed me a card, but I don't want to talk about it yet. We'll see what comes out. Should Group 2 let go? Should Group 2 let go, please, Spirit? We have the Ace of Discs. This is interesting. The Ace is, I'm not the only one who does this, but for me is a big yes. It's a big yes. But then we also have the Five of Wands coming out reversed. And we have the Four of Swords coming out reversed. So this is all yes to me. There's these cards to answer the question, should you let go? Yes, you should let go, because you do have an opportunity that is worth seizing. But for some of you, the question isn't necessarily should you let go. The question is, how much energy have you invested in this in the first place? Now, only take this if it resonates, because I'm feeling cross watches here. I don't know how, but I'm feeling that based on the first part of these tissue box messages, some of you resonate as the one who is just trying to move forward into bigger, better things. and the others of you resonate as the one who is very wishy-washy and in this sentimental energy of nostalgia and obsession. So I feel like the one who is very motivated, if you came into this reading feeling very sure of your direction forward and what you want for yourself, emphasis on yourself, not necessarily the connection, but yourself, your answer is yes, you should let go, because you have a bigger, better opportunity waiting for you with the Ace of Discs, and the only way it can come your way is if you have a clear path. If you continue to block your path, or if you try to double step and go back and complicate your journey, this opportunity won't have a way in. I'm seeing that the emphasis is on you decluttering and decomplicating and doing what you feel is best for you, not listening to what other people want you to do. For some of you, other people's advice and opinions is what got you into this mess in the first place. It's about doing what you know is right, regardless of what other people will say and what other people will think. Taking action, even though you feel there may be backlash. And for all of you, the idea behind this is so that you can do something that you aren't going to regret, so that you can act in a way that you haven't acted before. I'm feeling like we're breaking a pattern here of the way that you've approached this situation or situations like this in the past. Spirit's really emphasizing that you want to learn from your behaviors in the past so that you don't make the same mistakes with this new opportunity. Now, for those of you who resonate as the person who's in a wishy-washy energy and who's in a very nostalgic, dreamy energy and unsure of what they want for themselves and unsure of whether they did the right thing in the past in this situation, and just unsure in general, very confused, potentially feeling obsessed about this situation, I'm being told to ask you, how much have you actually invested in this situation? Like, how much energy, how much action, how much physical energy have you invested in this situation? Because there needs to be a change. And the change is either you need to change what you're choosing to put your energy towards, or you need to actually start putting your energy towards it. I'm seeing here that this group, regardless of which side of the fence you fall on, should not be getting complacent. You do have a new opportunity coming. It's either this connection or it's something else that is more high vibrational. Whatever it is supposed to be high vibrational, and it cannot come in if your energy isn't ready for it, if your path is complicatedly confused by what other people will think and what other people expect you to do and what happened in the past. The whole reason that this opportunity is able to come your way, group 2, is because you had obtained a moment of clarity not too long ago, where you were able to see clearly what you wanted and how you wanted your future to look. And that moment of clarity manifested this opportunity into your life. But depending on which way you fall, which side of the fence you sit on, there is complications here. And it's about staying true to what you truly want and staying true to what you need to do in order to have this opportunity for yourself, regardless of what it is that you're manifesting, whether it's a person, a relationship, a job, a lifestyle. I see that it's very reliant upon what you make of this opportunity and how your actions are taken. Because in the past, it seems that you were too quick to listen to what other people wanted from you or expected from you. Group 2, please, Spirit. Can we clarify why they should let go? Why should Group 2 let go of this situation? Because it's your story. This card isn't supposed to be in here. It's a supplementary card, but I left it in accidentally, and then I left it in on purpose. This card tells me that the main reason that you should let go is because this is your story and you're letting somebody else write it for you, whether it's the opinion of others who have nothing to do with this situation or the opinion of the person that you're facing and opposing in this situation. Whether this is an employer or a lover, the story is yours. You're the hero. You write the story, and your actions at the moment are being dictated by what other people want from you, expect from you, and want you to do. The truth that you need to ask yourself is, what do I want and what is going to make me happy? Yes, you should let go, but only because you do have an opportunity coming that will actually make you happy. Whether it's with this person or somebody else, or with the job that you're at, or with something else, it is going to bring you a lot of happiness, Group 2, and it is reliant upon you, like a test almost. This is nothing you don't already know about yourself. You've been taking steps and taking actions towards this better version of yourself. This is the ultimate test for you. It's an opportunity for you to test how far you've come and whether you will do everything that you told yourself you can do. I'm not going to listen to other people anymore. I'm going to just be my own person and do what I feel is best for me. Or whether you're going to fall back into those old behavioral cycles, those old patterns, and end up doing something that you may be thinking about months and months and months later because it wasn't what you actually wanted to do. Your bottom deck energy is the Nine of Swords, so you do need to think about this. As painful as it may be, you need to think about this because there is an epiphany amongst those painful thoughts. Amongst that regret, that sorrow, there is an epiphany that will have the answers that you're seeking in order to give you the right information on what you need to do moving forward. It may be something that's keeping you up at night, but there's clarity in those thoughts. Get them out, write them down. Don't let them fester in your mind. They deserve to be written down. They are trying to help you. They are trying to guide you. Let's see what advice Spirit has for you. Group 2, please, Spirit. What advice do you have for them? Should they let go? What advice do you have for them? Group 2. I like that. You have the Mirror Guardian. Take time to reflect coming out first. Very beautiful card. I do like this deck a lot. I like it a lot. We have Warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. How beautiful. Oh, gorgeous. I love seeing so many Indigenous cultures represented in this desk. We have the beautiful Maori warrior here. Okay, so we also have Animal Guardian, trust your instincts. It shows your bottom deck energy. So I am also going to be getting a card of affirmation, but I'll talk about these quickly. Not for too long. We don't have to fester on them tonight, but you do need to know that these cards are telling you to take time out to examine your thoughts. This reading was supposed to flip things on their head a little bit. It was supposed to be a bit triggering for you because it's given you some things to think about. You need to find answers in those thoughts that keep you up at night and in a helpful way. Write about them. Get them out so that they're not just swirling around and causing more confusion. The desire to move forward in this group is very, very strong. There's this masculine determination to move forward with a successful outcome. And although your answer, should you let go, was yes, the idea is that you're letting go in order to move towards a better opportunity. Either a better opportunity with the same, how do I word this? With the same experiences, a better opportunity with the same situation, or a better opportunity with a completely different, brand new situation. The Mirror Guardian card is asking for you to take time out to reflect, to think about what you truly want for yourself and what is going to make you happy and what you are going to do about this as well. It's about taking that responsibility and that accountability for your actions as well. When faced with this new opportunity, how are you going to act this time? What are you going to do about it this time? I see with Warrior here, be fearless and stand strong. It's going to take courage to accept this opportunity and to keep feeding it as well, because the aces are not promises. The universe is giving you this as an opportunity. They're not giving it to you as a set, fully fledged relationship, or a fully committable job career. This is going to start off small, like a seed. It needs to be planted. It needs to be watered. It needs to be fertilized. It will need sun. It will need a little bit of shelter from time to time. It takes care and it takes time, is what Spirit is saying. And I see here that this is really where the big question mark is about your energy and what you choose to invest in this opportunity in future, because it is really what you make of it here. Be fearless and stand strong is asking for you to put that commitment that you put into your obsessions and your fantasies and your job and your distractions, to put that into this real thing that is coming your way, and to really give this a genuine fair go if that's what you want. Animal Guardian is encouraging you above all to trust your instincts and to remind yourself that you are the oracle in your journey. Your reality is what you make of it. The actions that you take is what makes up the world that you live in. We all have choices. Sometimes we're given a lot more confinements and parameters than others to to sort of test our readiness. But I see here that this test is because you've already proven to yourself, to the universe, that you want more and that you are ready for more. This test is okay. Here's your opportunity. Can you turn it into the thing that you've been fantasizing about now? Because we've done our part. We've given you this door to walk through. All you have to do is walk through it now and keep walking through it to create the life that you want. Let's see what affirmation card will be most helpful for you moving forward in this situation. What affirmation card is most helpful to group 2, Spirit, in this situation? Oh, hello, that's too much. Just one, please. Just one. Oh my gosh, you need to just one. Just one, please. No, just one. Thank you. Finally. All right. I bless my family with love. So family could have been a factor as well, but I consider family to be people that we really care about and feel an intense connection to, sentimental, and I don't know, family doesn't always have to be blood, you know what I mean? I love and accept each member of my wonderful family. They in turn love and adore me. All is well in my world. You know what? I'll show this to you, but the main message that I'm getting is that if they really love you, if they really care about you, then they will support you for doing what is best for you. For some of you in the past, you were faced with an opportunity of I want this, but I think that if I take this, I will disappoint the people that I care about, or I will hurt the people that I care about. If they really love you, if they really care about you in the way that you've cared about them to the point where you compromise your own happiness, then they will want what is best for you. You choosing your joy and your genuine happiness will only bring them more happiness and more joy. And I definitely think that this could have been a very hard lesson for some of you to learn, but that is going to be what the ultimate test is next in this situation. Should you let go? Technically, yes, because there is an obsessiveness to this that isn't leading to the action that this situation needs in order to become something more. It needs affirmative actions and a sense of responsibility when it comes to putting energy into this in a positive way, not just sitting in this festering energy of obsession and distraction and beating around the bush a little bit here. That is the message that I have for you guys, group 2. I feel like we could have talked about this for a whole hour, but I do have to go into the extended now. In the extended reading, we're going to be asking Spirit what you should be focusing your energy on instead. Spirit, it always comes through in these readings with a highly judgmental, no, I don't want to say judgmental, let's say just a very serious edge tone of almost like roasting us. So I do want to go into the extended looking at it as, well, what should we be focusing our energy on instead then? Like if you don't want us to hold on to this, what should we be holding on to instead? So the extended will be on Patreon. We'll also be looking further into this Ace of Discs opportunity. I'm going to push that aside right now. And we're also going to be looking at this Four of Swords reverse because they were telling me that you need to change your actions. So I want to ask them exactly what you need to change in order to make this situation work. I don't feel like we need to talk about this, but I do kind of want to know more about why they want you to let go and what this will actually lead to, because for some of you, you are going to have success in this outcome, but it is reliant upon you changing your approach and changing your strategies when it comes to the challenges that you face in this situation. So that will be the extended reading. If you'd like to join me there, the link to Patreon is down below, but I do just want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, our spiritual teams for joining me in today's reading and for helping me channel these messages clearly. I want to thank you for all of your support, and I shall see you in another video. Bye! Hi group 3 and welcome. You guys, oh, I'm gonna have to tell you as well. I have had to say this to every single group. I take massive drinks of water between groups and the shirt that I'm wearing is very susceptible to stains, so please ignore the massive water droplet over here. I thought it would be dry by the time I did your reading, so I apologize. I apologize, but that's what it is. Okay, also, I'm using a new mic, and it has inspired me to be a little bit ASMR. I've been trying to be like a little bit more quiet, a little bit more chill, so I'm not like Some of you guys are so perceptive and you'll immediately call out if there's a slight change in my voice. I'm just vibing. It's very late at the time that I'm filming as well, so I'm in this Zen energy. But coming back to you, that's just my little before reading rant as usual. If you chose the blue topaz, then this was going to be your video on should you let go. Now, my aim is to give you clarity, support, guidance. You know this if you've been following me for some time, or welcome if you're new. But today's video could be triggering, so I'm just going to give you that warning. Okay, it could be triggering. We're going to start with some tissue box messages to figure out what's going on with your situation, and then we'll get tarot to answer the question at hand. So, group 3, please, Spirit, Blue Topaz group. What is going on in this situation for them, and who is involved? Now, as I said in your intro, this doesn't have to be a love situation, right? It could be a job situation. It could be a family situation. It could be a sibling situation. It could be anything. We're just asking Spirit, should you let go? Now, I'm just going to separate these messages, and we're going to get initials first. The only downside for me talking like this is that it's actually physically putting me to sleep. Like, I'm so chill right now that, like, I wouldn't be surprised if I just start doing your reading with my eyes closed. It's like way too calm. But depending on the quality of these microphones, I do want to like start doing meditation videos. So we shall see shells. Depending on the quality of this microphone, we'll see. Okay, nearly there. Come on. Let's do this. You can use your elbows, woman. There we go. All right. So we'll start with the initials as usual. These initials could be yours or the initials of people involved in this situation. Let me move my chair closer. Okay. We have the letter O coming out. Octopus is still strong with the letter O. I'm going to be honest. This tells me that there could be a lot of hands on this situation. A lot of busyness to this situation. We have a letter Z coming out as well. I heard Ezekiel, interestingly enough. That name does come through on this reading regularly. It could either be someone's name. I'm also seeing Oz. Someone could have a connection to Australia or the Wizard of Oz. That was just playing in a restaurant that I went to last night. We were all like, what? That's such a spin out. What an old movie, but classic. And so that someone could have oh my gosh, now we have an O coming out. I'm seeing ooze. 2 O's and a Z, ooze. We also have a K coming out over here. Okay. Oz, okay. Jeez, the shade of it all. We have a B coming out as well. I heard I'm a Barbie Girl by Aqua. Not Aquaman. What is it? What is it called? Is it just Aqua? Anyway, I'm a Barbie Girl came to mind. Okay. We have the letter G coming out over here. Gratitude. And also Good Life, that song by ZHU. We also have Q coming out. Quiet. Ooh, that was a bit creepy. Ooh, I don't know if I like that. That's a bit scary. Something actually said shh when I pulled the Q. Oh, that was a bit creepy. That's a bit too strong. You can leave now. We have an F coming out as well. So, wow. Oh, Kirk's coming now. Yes, scare the spirit away, please. He's just being needy. We have a W over here. Could be an M. Take it as it resonates. We also have the letter D coming out over here. We also have the letter C coming out over here. So DC, let's see. Let's just have a quick recap because I got distracted by the spirit noise. We have OZ, OK, BG, Q, W, or M, F, D, C. What did DC do to you? No, I'm kidding. I'm in such a silly mood. All right, let's move forward. Okay, so interesting. Those initials could be yours or the initials of people involved in this situation. We have September. I'm grateful for my wisdom coming out for you. So this tells me, group 3, I'm still laughing at that stupid FDC joke. Oh my gosh, stop. Okay. September. First of all, Virgo, it's also just giving me this feeling of retrospect and kind of looking back with this feeling of hindsight now. So I think that, oh no, I got water on my microphone. I just felt the watery fluffs. Gosh, I don't know if that's negatively impacted the audio. That explains why how would the water get there if it didn't bounce off here first? Oh gosh, I'm sorry for this tangent, group 3. Coming back to September, I'm grateful for my wisdom. I do think that this, yes, Virgo, but also this feeling of looking back, like retrospect, is really coming through strong, and having a feeling of hindsight. I'm also seeing you already know. So I feel like for many of you, this is a situation that you've had a lot of time to think about, you've had a lot of time to reflect on, to really sort of at least kind of know what you want to do. We have maybe here though with the dot dot dot, so I don't think that you're here 100% confident on any set thing. Like, even though you might think you know what you want to do, you still seem conflicted. Like, I don't think that you 100% have committed yourself to anything. We have third eye over here though, confirming that you already know what you need to do. Third eye is also insinuating a very strong intuitive connection here, group 3, with between you and this situation or this person. We have root chakra encouraging you to go back to basics, and also saying that this situation has been a test of maybe faith or who you are as a person. There could have been a test of values and morals here as well. I feel like this seems to have rattled you to your core at one point in time at least. We are being shown the 8th house now. So this is my transformation house in this tissue box messages set. It's also hinting at mystery though, and I feel that for you guys with this third eye, and you already know, there's something very like ooh to this, like ooh, especially with that shh that came through. Ooh, I'm still getting goosebumps over that. That was really bizarro. But it does feel like something about this is a little bit hidden. So we're also being shown Mercury now. This is giving me Gemini and Virgo energy. So Virgo is very strong. I feel like someone here has had a long time to think about this, a long time to really sort of think about what they want to do or what they want to do moving forward, what was done in the past, what didn't work out in the past. We're also being shown gratitude. So whatever the situation was, it did make you wiser, and it did give you a lot to think about. We're also being shown, I'm grateful for my job. I'm sure this has come out in every single group. Oh my gosh. Okay. So this could have led to a glow up is what I'm getting. Transformation. This situation could have helped you evolve into better circumstances or a better person. For some of you, work could be a distraction. I'm not getting that heavy though. Just a little hint maybe. Let's have a look at this. Neptune, Pisces. So this is indicating a daydreamy energy, a fantastical energy, energy of thinking about this a lot and being in contemplation to the point where we're examining alternate realities or alternate scenarios at least. Like, if I did this, would this have happened instead? If I did that, would that have happened instead? Like, question. What would have happened if I did this instead? Type of energy. Getting a little bit trapped in that, but not over. Group 2 had a very obsessive Neptunian energy about them, a very addictive Neptunian energy. You guys, I think that you're just examining, like, if I did this, what would happen? We're also being shown the 4th house here, which is also linked to Cancer. In your reading, it kind of feels like this situation involves something intimate. It involves something quite established, is what I'm hearing. Established. We're also being shown the 6th house. So Virgo came out of this bag 3 times so far. So Virgo is very strong. Are you a Virgo? Let me know if you're comfortable. Comment down below. Are you a Virgo group 3? But Virgo is strong here. Virgo is just this energy of structure in a way of routine and order in a way of detail. Like, where Capricorn is very physically structured and routine based through like physical ways, Virgo is more like on a logical twist, especially with Mercury's influence. It's this detail orientated obsessive behavior. It also makes them very keen fitness fanatics. I always think of Virgo as like a health conscious person who has to have a rhyme or reason, you know, like, I don't know, there's a pedantic nature to them. I don't mean to roast the signs, but stereotypically Virgos are seen as being a little bit, yeah, like American Psycho. That sounds so rude, but listen, it's also on the 6th house. It's this energy of helping other people as well, and helping others in a way that is gratifying. So this situation, I feel like it has inspired you to use what you've learned to help others as well. For some of you, you could be light workers who have used your knowledge to help other people. It's definitely something that you think about a lot. Spirit's telling me some of you think about this on the daily. So it is very consuming of your thoughts. We also have Pisces coming out. Now we had Neptune with Pisces, and now we have Pisces by itself. So your situation definitely involves a lot of deep thoughts and emotions. Didn't we have the 12th house? No, we didn't. Sorry. When I think of Pisces, it reminds me that they're in the green slips anyway. It reminds me that they're the last signs in the zodiacs, and that there's a certain edge to them that is wizened and yet craving immaturity as well, if that makes sense. Like, I think of Pisces as people who, or has as an energy, let's not say people, as an energy that has been through all the experiences that life has to offer and can be very selective over what they want. They can either choose to be very sullen and moody and generally down and depressed about their experiences, or they can choose to just be carefree and childlike instead and pretend that it doesn't even really matter anyway because life's going to end soon anyway. So there's this changeable energy with Pisces in your reading of wanting this sort of security of grounding and learning and using what you've experienced to move forward with that wisdom. But there's also this feeling in the situation of not wanting to just dwell on the heavier things, of dreaming of better scenarios and of what you may be missing out on as well. I knew the 12th house was here. There it is. It was hiding in the white cards, ending secrets and imagination. So I do think that you think of alternate endings and you imagine what would happen if this were more obvious. For some of you, this has to do with the secret, this mystery energy. Yeah, the moon is in my hand now. So for some of you, should you let go, it's kind of like, well, if I don't let go, that means I've got to come clean. I've got to reveal myself. We also have Aquarius here, Aquarius being the second last sign in the zodiac and also offering us the opportunity for a do-over in many ways. I think of Aquarius as being linked to Uranus's reinventive power, this idea of looking at things in a different perspective and learning from what you've been through in order to make it better next time in a different type of transformative way. But you also have the 8th house here confirming transformation. I knew Capricorn was going to come out because they were hinting at signs of Capricornian job orientated energy over here. For your reading, Capricorn's asking for you to take more charge and more control of this situation in a tangible way. You don't have a lot of cardinal energy. You have a lot of mutable energy, encouraging you to move with the changes. But Capricorn is here to remind you to stay rooted in the things that matter to you and the things that you actually want for yourself, the things that gratify your personal needs and your personality traits. If that makes sense. That's something that I just breezed through, but it really needs to be something that's like a full essay of reflection. We have Cancer coming out as well, more cardinal energy of doing what you feel is best, and that's coming back to that sentimental sort of seriousness that I'm feeling behind all of this. We also have longing over here, so for some of you, this situation is something that you've longed for a very long time. I'm just going to pull out more signs. We have Aries again, first. We haven't had Aries yet in your group. We have Leo as well, so a lot of fire in these signs. That's not a sign. That's not a sign. And that's not a sign. All right, well, we'll just do them then. We have the 6th house coming out again, so more about the health routines and helping others, being in service to others. We have the 4th house coming out again, so yeah, there's this sentimental undercurrent to this energy. Crown chakra, being guided to do something, feeling guided to do something that you already know is true. And then 5th house, expression. I feel like the situation can't change until someone expresses themselves and outs themselves, some sort of secret here. I feel like the desire is to help others with what you've learned, though, and to move forward with love and compassion towards others. There is this desire to communicate something, though. These are all revealing this desire to communicate something. So let's see what Tarot has to say now. Should you let go of this situation? I spent way too much time on those pieces of paper that I was wanting to, but let's see. Should you, group 3, oh, look at me getting more stains on my shirt. I apologize. Wiping my face. Oh my god, Huntsman Harry the Spider just made an appearance again. If you are from Patreon, you know who he is, but if you're not, then you'll hopefully never have to see who he is. But he's very big, let me just say that. Very big, very hairy. Hairy Harry Huntsman. Alright, group 3, please, Spirit. Should they let go? Should they let go in this situation? I apologize for all your distractions as well, you guys. I intended for this to be a zen, chill reading like group 1s and 2s. And instead, you have just had so many distractions. I apologize. Group 3, should they let go? We're being shown the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. Okay. That's a big no. That is a straight up no. The Knight of Wands. Wow. Explain yourself. I shouldn't have done that. I don't know why I pushed this away with... I need to be more kind to my things. So this is interesting. The Wheel of Fortune reverse is like no. But the Knight of Wands is like, now what are you going to do about it? Like, we told you no, you shouldn't let go. Now what are you going to do about it? What are they going to do about it? What do you want them to do about it, Spirit? That was a very messy shuffle, but it got me the answers that we needed, which is very clear. Spirit wants you to take this seriously with the Queen of Discs coming out. They don't want you to let go because there is something worth investing in here, Group 3, okay? There is something worth investing in, but it needs to be taken seriously. It needs to be seen seriously. You can overcome these challenges. Potentially, some of the fear that you are perceiving isn't real. Some of the challenges that you're perceiving aren't real. The Seven of Wands is reversed, which tells me that either you're coming into this with all the wrong types of energies, or you're just coming in ready for battle when you need to be prepped and ready for surgery instead. Or it's just this feeling of like you need to look at this in a more serious way, attach yourself to this situation in a more practical way. I think that if this is something that you're afraid of doing because it feels really big and scary, that's completely natural, but you need to know that some of your fear isn't actually necessary. It's trying to protect you from something that you don't need to be protected from. I see a lot of forward positive movement here. They definitely want you to take more action in the situation. They want you to let the situation move. Oh my god, he just disappeared. Oh no, I see him again. Oh, thank God. I just, when that you see a spider and it's just gone and you're like, well, where did it go? Okay, we're safe. The Chariot is telling me that for some of you, it's about you taking action, but for most of you, it's about you accepting things towards you and letting things come towards you, letting things come your way. There is a strong emotional connection to your group. Like, you had that beautiful 4th house energy come out twice, which is literally, if I can just give you an aesthetic, think of these words: home, parents, nurturing, comfort, children, stability, warmth, cottage, cozy, fire in December and it's snowing outside. Like, that is the aesthetic of the 4th house. Very, very cozy in the best ways. And I think that the Chariot being Cancer based, which is also sort of a part of that 4th house energy in its own way. Cancer is more of the astrological zodiac sign. It has its own little quirks separate from the 4th house, but if we can kind of take that aesthetic and put it into a card, the Chariot is asking you to stay open to this and to take these opportunities seriously, to take this opportunity seriously. They don't want you to give up. They don't want you to let go, but they're also asking you, well, what are you going to do about it? When this happens, or when this energy does gain momentum, because it will, how are you going to let it happen for you? Now, this is interesting because we have the 6 of Pentacles here, and you got the 6th house twice, which is about being in service to others. It's also about obsessive Virgos, but I think I spent too much time talking about them. For you guys, this is definitely confirming to me that you have an ability to help others with what you've been through by sharing your experiences. And by truly revealing what you've been through, you have this ability to be able to help others as well. So I think that the 6th house is giving you this balance now. Spirit wants you to take what you've experienced to help others and to balance out the scales elsewhere. There's a feeling here of just being more balanced in general and seeing this situation as something that you can use to help other people. We also have the 10 of Swords or the 10 of Blades in this deck coming out reverse. So I feel like Spirit wants you to see things with a tinge of optimism, to take this opportunity to end a tough cycle and to take what you've learned from this situation to be able to move forward with optimism and to not let yourself get stuck on what went wrong, to focus more on all the room you have now to make things right. Your bottom deck energy is the Valet of Goblets, which is this feeling of don't wait for an apology. I think it's just time to move forward. I think of this as letting immature feelings stay where they should be in the past and just learning from what we did, not making a big deal out of it. Like, I think of this as like the clumsy sort of teenager who spills their drink on the seasoned professional at the internship job that they only got because their father used to know somebody who was a partner there 5 years ago. And instead of making it out to be a bigger deal than it needs to be, we can just move forward and accept what happened and learn from what happened and not make that same mistake again. It was an immature mistake is what I'm hearing for some of you. The Valet of Goblets is indicating a sense of immaturity here when it comes to emotions and understanding. I do think that you're also not giving yourself credit for how much you do know and how much you are very wizened to the situation. Some of you see yourself as this immature page who needs to get to this validation from a secondary source like this tarot reading channel, when actually you in your heart knows what is the next step for you and what you should be doing when confronted with an opportunity in this situation. And they're saying don't let go, but what are you going to make of that opportunity? So let us get some oracle cards. Group 3, should they let go? What advice do you have for them? Hello, we have the Sun. The Sun! Enjoy success and happiness coming out for y'all. I don't take reversals in this deck yet. Because you know me, I love reversals. But I don't take them yet. Group 3, hello. We have Trader, exchange energy to create abundance. I love that, I love that, I love that. He just looks like a very kind person too. I don't know though. That's too skeptical. He's just a figure on a piece of paper, Lorraine. Oh, look what's on my hand. That's why you got so skeptical. We have Snake as the bottom deck energy. That happened for group 1 as well. I should have known. Snake was hiding at the bottom deck and I was like super like, why don't I trust this card? Oh, I'm too empathetic sometimes. Okay, so bottom deck energy was Snake, shed old skin. So overall, your oracle cards are telling you that when it comes to the situation, should you let go, sweets, you need to focus on what's making you happy. And I see that you honestly, this situation does bring you a lot of joy and has the potential of making you very, very happy. It just wasn't taken seriously. And it needs to be looked at something that could be serious and long-term, depending on how open you are. And I see that that seems to be the issue here, being open. Whether that's about sharing your experiences with others in order to turn lemons into lemonades, or actually sharing what you have been through here in order to kind of share that experience and open up about that shared experience as well. I feel like this is all about bringing you into the light and ending a tough cycle. With the Trader here, exchange energy to create abundance, you do need to have time to purge and release what you've been through. And I think that it would be beneficial for you to almost like do, it's kind of like what I would consider couples therapy. Either you're offloading onto somebody who has a similar experience, or you're literally talking to the person involved in this situation and being very honest about what you've been through and having that opportunity to have closure. For others of you where that just isn't simply possible, and for the sake of not hurting yourself further, you do need to open up to someone that you trust. With all this 4th house energy, there is someone that you trust that you need to open up to and exchange energy with in order to help you get the closure that you need to move forward. This isn't about letting go for you, it's about moving forward. And the Snake is encouraging you to shed your old skin here. No, you shouldn't let go, but what are you going to do about it? Because you do deserve to be happy, and we don't deserve to be in the dark for any longer. So let us get an affirmation for you. What affirmation is going to be most helpful for group 3? What affirmation is going to be most helpful? We have my love is limitless. Yes, that Cancer card was talking about controlling your fear so that you don't limit the amount of love that you are receiving. The more love I allow to flow from me, the more there is within me and the more I receive. My love is limitless. The more love I allow to flow out from me, the more there is within me and the more I receive, like a constant stream of unconditional, open love streaming from within and out and in and out. Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Anyway, your love is limitless, group 3. Oh my gosh, it was going so well. And then I said that. Listen, group 3, that has been your reading. And I apologize again for all the distractions. I don't know where Harry the Huntsman has gone, but I know that he's not near me, and so I'm happy. I feel like we had a lot of interferences. We even had a spirit come through and whisper, shh. So look after your beautiful selves. Before we close this reading, I just want to take a quick second to thank your guides, my guides, and our spiritual teams for coming through and helping me channel these messages clearly. I want to remind you that today's reading was intended to be helpful and confirmational towards the things that you already know about yourself. Take what resonates, group 3. Don't force anything to fit. And worst of all, do not let it take from you. Leave it for somebody else. If you would like to follow me into the extended, we will be looking at what spirit wants you to focus on instead, what spirit is encouraging you to focus your energy on regarding this situation and in general. We're going to be pulling this Knight of Wands because I have a feeling that for some of you, this isn't you. Somebody's moving towards you. And we're also going to be confirming this commitment here with the Queen of Discs, trying to figure out what this means, because for some of you it could lead to marriage or a very serious promotion in your current circumstances at least. So we'll be looking at that as well as what else you should be focusing on. So group 3, the extended will be on Patreon. Link to that is down below. I do just want to thank you for all of your support right here on YouTube as well, and I shall see you in another video. Bye!